She do? Well, blame Donald Trump, of course.
Apparently, these people are here to protest Trump because Trump and his kids have killed a lot of animals.
Campaigning trail heats up. We are live in Washington.
A secret terror training camp. Officials say Eric Hendricks may have also helped plot last year's terror attack at a Draw Muhammad contest in Garland, Texas, and was in contact with one of the two shooters. Hendricks claims he has terror brothers in both Texas and Mexico. And police believe the suspect is mentally ill. They do not suspect that he
claims that the $400 million money drop to Iran was a ransom payment, the nearly $500 million delivered at the same time that Iran released 4 American hostages back in January. The administration coming under fire after a Wall Street Journal report on that payment, something the president says was no secret.
We announced these payments in January. This wasn't some nefarious deal. We do not pay ransom for hostages.
The president went on to call the story, quote, manufactured outrage.
Slamming Hillary Clinton, saying she can't be trusted with national security.
But brand new Fox News polls show voters aren't happy with
Hillary Clinton, furthermore, can never be trusted with national security. Both supposed to be briefed in the not-too-distant future, and I'm saying you can't brief her. She lost 33,000 emails. What happened? 33,000. Okay? So what happened? How is it possible?
Now, here is the problem for both Hillary Clinton and disrupt her speech, and she quickly tried to tie it all to Donald Trump.
The GOP is planning an intervention with Donald Trump. They're not going to make him into something that he's not. Listen.
I believe that they may meet with him and point out to him how some of his narrative may be inflaming the party elders, but they are not going to change him into somebody that he's not. The people that are supporting Donald Trump like the fact that he's calling it like it is. The American people are not stupid. We are not buying this explanation that the $400 million was a coincidence with the release of 4 hostages. The American people are not stupid, Greta. They are not buying the fact that she just lost 33,000 emails, put the country at risk, and she wants to just ignore it along with the liberal media. They're not going to remake him. They may be able to get him to just think about some of the things in terms of some of the narrative, but not all.
Ever play as dad. I'm the proud father of a United States Marine.
Pete Hegseth sitting down with Governor Mike Pence on why Trump is the only choice come November.
Yeah, I look forward to that. And the technology, busy traveling across the country, rallying voters and fighting for the Trump ticket. Well, most recently, he spoke to a group of vets in Virginia Beach. And our own Pete Hegseth was there and got an exclusive interview with Trump's number 2, the man that everyone is wanting to learn a little more about. Good morning, Pete.
Good morning. Thanks for having me. It certainly was interesting. We were fortunate to grab him backstage after his event. And despite a controversial week for Donald Trump, the veterans at this event were very enthusiastic about the Trump ticket and excited to learn more about the VP nominee. When I sat down with Governor Pence, I asked him if, like Donald Trump, he too blames Hillary Clinton for the rise of ISIS.
There's no question that when Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton came into office in this administration, the hard-fought gains of the American soldier had secured Iraq. It was stable. It had been a tough fight, but in 2009, Iraq was secured. And it was the decisions of Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton to irresponsibly withdraw U.S. troops without a status of forces agreement, and that created a vacuum of power in which ISIS was born. And as this administration, the President, Hillary Clinton, continue to talk about judgment, I think the American people should look at the judgment of this administration that did result in the rise of ISIS, that did result in a disastrous agreement with the radical mullahs in Iran, that did result in leaving Americans in harm's way in Benghazi. And that's the debate we should be having in the days ahead.
Abby, certainly a difference in style. The question I asked him was, Donald Trump had said that Hillary Clinton is the founder of ISIS. Mike Pence didn't go that far, but he did say, hey, she's responsible for the rise. So different styles, but a very interesting take.
And both tickets are fighting so hard for the veterans and for their vote. You spent some time with them on the ground yesterday. What was the mood like?
Oh, it was incredibly enthusiastic. In fact, almost emboldened. A lot of controversy, the controversy, things like that. The intelligentsia stepping back, wondering if people are going to step back from Trump. Certainly not that crowd. And they were fired up about Pence as well. Maybe independents and others that we see in the polls. But Trump supporters feel like it's a media narrative used against him. And time and time again, that's what we heard from vets on the ground.
What are the issues that they seem to care most about?
Well, it is ISIS. It's the VA. He talked a lot about the VA, got multiple questions about that problem. Again, the Obama administration telling us it's improving. Vets on the ground are seeing the exact opposite. They want to know what they would do to fix it.
And Mike Pence seems pretty passionate about improving the VA system.
Very much so, just like Donald Trump, and touts his plans. And they also talked about rebuilding the military, which is something Donald Trump has talked about. So to that military and vets audience in Virginia Beach, they're ready to hear that. And I think they've heard what they wanted to hear from Pence yesterday.
Anything that surprised you about Mike Pence? Because this was the first time you probably met him, right?
It was. The first time I'd met him, first interview he's done in a while. A guy on the go, but can immediately jump into kind of some intimate moments in the interview. We talked about a little bit about his family, as well as that moment when he got the call that Donald Trump was coming over for coffee that next morning at his house.
We've all had that call, Pete.
I said, how did your wife react to that? And he had a chuckle. His wife was there as well. And they said it's one of those moments when everyone gets out the vacuum cleaner.
Well done, Pete.
Thank you.
Nice job.
Appreciate
all right, Patricia, over to you.
Thanks.
First of all, it's rigged. And I'm afraid the election's going to be rigged. I have to be honest. It's a totally rigged system. The elections are rigged.
President Obama now responding to Trump's claims, calling the accusations ridiculous.
Of course the elections will not be rigged. What does that mean? I've never heard of somebody complaining about being cheated before the game was over.
Has been in full compliance with the immigration laws of this country, period. Any allegation to the contrary is simply untrue.
Dodging claims that the U.S. paid ransom to Iran, so this was probably some poor timing.
I think we have some interns in the back. Welcome. Good to see you in this exercise in transparency and democracy.
Is that what it is?
Ooh, reporters immediately burst into laughter at the idea that the State Department is actually being transparent after a week of dodging questions on Iran. So awkward.
Tax the middle class, and now this.
A promise to raise taxes and create a $2.2 trillion deficit is a promise to harm growth.
Taxes raised by more than $1 trillion. That's the promise from Hillary Clinton, the new report that just surfaced.
And beating the heat.